your girl Shaisha. So everybody been asking me to do a 15 and pregnant video. I'm now 26 in the Navy, so I just wanted to let y'all know how I got from where I was and where I am now. So here we go. Let me tell y'all, I did not know I was pregnant. Like, bruh, I didn't find out I was pregnant until I was about 6 months. And the only reason I found out was because that whole summer, basically, me and my family was traveling, and my mom noticed. She was like, Shaisha, you didn't get your period the whole summer. And I'm like, yeah, it was irregular, but I went to Disney World. I went to Six Flags. I went to so many amusement parks that summer. And when tell y'all, I had a six pack because I was really active. I was in karate, I was in step, I was in all of that extra stuff. And six pack, body on fleek, like. So I'm like, Ma, what are you talking about? She like, I'm telling you, you pregnant, you pregnant, you pregnant. I said, Ma, I'm not pregnant. I don't know what you talking about. I don't know why you keep trying to jinx me. Like, sis got a whole life ahead of her, like, period. And she kept saying, no, I'm telling you, we're going to take a pregnancy test. So I'm like, no, I'm not going to take a pregnancy test. I know I'm not pregnant, whatever. And then I snuck and actually took a pregnancy test. My boyfriend at the time, he bought me a pregnancy test, and it was positive. So now I'm in like September, no, August, and school's about to start. So I'm like, fuck, what I'm about to do. So I actually called the abortion clinic. My mom wasn't home, and we had those type of house phones where you're on the phone and it tells you like if somebody else was on the phone. So I didn't hear my mom come in. I was in my room, and she came in and she like was listening on the other end, but I didn't know. She like put the phone on mute, so I didn't know that she was in the house. And then it was World War II from then. Like, bruh, when I say my mother called the abortion clinic like, my daughter's not getting no fucking abortion, blah 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 blah, excuse my language, but my mother was going ham. She was like, no, you want to get pregnant, blah blah blah, you want to keep this baby, da 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 da. So I'm like, how you trying to force me to keep a kid? Like, I can't work. I'm still in high school. Like, I got mad other plans to do. Like, you trying to ruin my life. That's how I felt. Like, I was crying. She told my whole family. My mother the type of person, like, bruh, she told my brother, she told my sister, like, she told the whole world, like, yeah, she got pregnant, da 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 da. Bro, I'm like, alright. But all I can say that my mom was on my side. Like, when I say she was so happy, she was mad at the beginning, but then she was happy. So like, people like, Angie, how you letting your daughter walk around pregnant, 16 year pregnant, da 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 da. I'm like, so she not gonna be the first and she not gonna be the fucking last. Like, one thing I can say, my mom did not care about anybody. People would talk about me and she'll defend me, like, and my daughter doing better than your daughter, like, and so what? And to this day, my mom, like, she felt like that getting pregnant at 16 was the best thing that ever happened to me, because I was a good as like I was good. I was always like in activities. My mom always kept me in activities to make sure like I wasn't into boys and all of that. But stuff happened. So yeah, so stuff happened, and my mom was just like, "We're gonna keep this this baby." And I'm kind of happy she did that, because my son, he changed my life. Like, when I say he motivated me to do better, like, I was in my high school year, um, my senior year, actually, I meant to say, I was in my senior year, and, bruh, I was fucking working and going to school at the same time. I graduated on time. I, after I graduated high school, um, me and my son, it was just me and him. We stayed in New York for a little while. Then my mom got really sick. She had brain tumor. So my older sister moved all of us to Virginia to her house. We moved to Virginia, and we were just living life. I was living with my sister for a while, and then I started working at Victoria's Secret part-time. Let me tell y'all, my sister lived in Suffolk, Virginia, and I worked in Chesapeake, Virginia. When I say I used to walk 2 hours to work and 2 hours home, that's how motivated I was. I was like, nobody's taking care of me and my kid. I'm trying to save up money, trying to get my own car, trying to get my own place. And then that Christmas that year, now we in like, my son is 2, so he was born in 2010, and my son was 2, so he was in 2012 going to 2013. And we that Christmas, I will never forget that. My mom bought me a bike. She was like, I see that you like trying, da 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 da. She bought me a bike, and then I started taking my bike, snow, rain, sleet, 100 degrees, 30 degrees. I was on my bike riding back and forth to work, back and forth to work, back and forth to work, back and forth to work. At this point, I'm like no, I'm 18 because I graduated high school, and then my daughter's father, me and him was together since I was pregnant with my son, for 6 months pregnant with my son, and he's been there every step of the way. But at this point, he actually trying to join the Navy, so I'm trying to do what I got to do, and then he got medically discharged from the Navy, and then he came home, got me pregnant with my beautiful daughter. I was 19. So now I'm 19 with 2 kids, still living in my sister's house. Bruh, I'm like, what am I gonna do? So I started working full time at a different location, Victoria's Secret, in the Norfolk location. So once I started working full time, I was an assistant manager. No, I was a selling supervisor. Let me stop lying. I was a selling supervisor. I was making a little bit more money. So, in Norfolk, they had buses. So I was taking the buses back and forth to work. And I was doing what I had to do. I was living with me and my mom moved to Norfolk because, it was getting too overwhelming staying at my sister's house. It was my sister got 3 boys, a husband, and her. And then it was me, my mom, my little sister, my little cousin, well, my little brother. I call him my little brother. And then my son, and now I'm pregnant with my daughter. Like, so we had to get our own space. So at one point, I was helping my mom pay rent or whatever. And then my sister sold me her first car. It was a Pontiac Grand Prix for $500, and I was so grateful. So I had a little car. I got some driver's lessons because I'm from New York. So in New York, we don't need no car. Like, we take a bus, train, etc., etc. So, got my first car, and then like my life just started getting better. Like, I was doing like 40+ hours a week and overtime. I did as much overtime as I can. Started saving, and then I got my first apartment. Period. First apartment. I moved to Chesapeake. It was 2 bedrooms, so my daughter and my son was sharing a room. But I had to do what I had to do, and at this point, my mother was still helping me at, like, not like money wise, but she was helping me. Like, my son was in pre-K at this time, and she worked in the school that he was in pre-K, and so she will watch my son like while I'm at work, and I will have a schedule where once she's off of work, she could watch my son and my daughter, and I'll get them after I get off of work. I was extremely tired, but I had to do what I had to do, and I'm just trying to figure out different ways to make more money, And then I started working at True Religion as assistant manager because Victoria's Secret decided to fire me over, let me tell y'all, Victoria's Secret is, first of all, working at Victoria's Secret is not what y'all think. Because it's like you trying to force people to buy bras that don't want bras. Like, okay, I understand. And then I got fired because I wasn't what was it? I wasn't making enough people like get credit cards. I know I don't want a credit card, so I'm not convincing nobody to get a credit card. Like, they was really trying me, like, oh, we feel like you're not a part of the team, da 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 da. Like, sis, first of all, y'all be mad because y'all texting me while I'm off. Bruh, I have a life outside of Victoria's Secret. Like, Y'all do too much. And then y'all fired me once y'all knew I. By the way, once they fired me once they found out that I just got a new, like, I just moved into a townhouse. So my rent was more money. It was 4 bedrooms. My kids needed more space, and my manager at the time, me and her are cool now. So my manager like, oh, I know you just got your place. I wish you the best, X, Y, and Z. I'm like, all right, cool, you got it. So when I just been I was looking for jobs, and on Indeed, that's where I found True Religion. You know, they was paying me about $15 or $16 an hour, and I was like, Victoria's Secret's paying me like 13, 15, 16. That's enough for me to pay my car note, all this other stuff. Like, so it is what it is. And then I started working at True Religion. Bro, True Religion was an hour away from my house. Yes, I said an hour away from my house. So I'm at the point where like my kids are staying with my mom like damn near every day, every day. But the one thing I could say, my mom has been always been my biggest supporter, like from prom to graduation, everything like that. And to this day, my mom's still like my biggest supporter. Like if I call her and be like, hey mom, can you come over and I need your help? She'll be like, yeah, no problem. She'll drop everything she gotta do and just come running. And yeah, so now I'm in the Navy. Um, I had to get married to get into the Navy because either that or you have to have like a family care plan. Family care plan. In most cases, you got to give up your kids, like custody of your kids, and it's a long process. So I'm like, no, I don't want to give up my kids. Like those are my lifelines. They get on my nerves, but yep. And the one thing I could say when I found out I was pregnant, all my friends, all my high school friends, they were so supportive. Like they were so happy. They rubbed my belly in school. My friends even came to the hospital and took pictures, brought me stuff, came to my baby shower. Man, my high school friends, yo, we had so much fun when I was pregnant. I was pregnant in high school and acting a fool. When I say we had so much fun, so much fun. Like, I'm going to post a video. Bro, I was in high school. We was dancing, having fun. I was still on a step team. I did not tell my step coach, so don't get mad at her. My step coach did not know I was pregnant until I was about 6 or 7 months. Because I'm telling y'all, like, my stomach was so flat. Like, I had six-pack abs and everything. And at that point, anyway, when I was trying to get the abortion, they told me it was too late. I was too far ahead. So it was like, I actually had no choice. Even though my mother was like, oh, you're not getting an abortion, I really didn't have a choice. Because the 6-month mark is like, that's it. Like, the baby's basically damn near full term. Like, the baby got head, arms, feet, legs, eyeballs, everything. Like, so that was like, that's the only thing I could say. I had a lot of support. Like my friends, especially my high school friends, a lot of them I don't even talk to now. But at the end of the day, they made sure nobody talked about me. They were like, so what? She pregnant and what? Like, period. Like they did not care. Like those are my riders. Like, and then the crazy thing is, people who did talk about me, who was, oh, how she pregnant? Because I went to a big, like, so in New York they have campuses. There's one big campus and there's multiple schools in that campus, and um, walking around in high school, people like staring, and I'm like, can I help you? Like, what are you looking at? Yes, I'm pregnant, and like, and the only thing I felt like it was weird that they were staring at me because my high school at the bottom in the basement had a daycare for teenage moms. So I'm like, people looking at me like all crazy, and we literally had a daycare. When I say a daycare in my basement of my school, and it's been there for years. Like, it's not new. It was not, oh, because that year everybody was happy. No, that thing been there for years, like years and years since that school was there. They had that daycare. So I'm like, why everybody staring? Like, it didn't bother me at all. And then the one thing I did love that my school, they used to give my friends packets for me, and still take it home to me and bring it to me to my house, or I'll meet up with them and I still did my schoolwork. Like I didn't let me being pregnant when it got to the point like I was getting too close and they told me I couldn't walk around the school or do no activities, because they don't want me to fall or get, whatever. But my school, and then the crazy thing is my school had gym for pregnant people. Like we had the little gym, and I wasn't like I was the only one in my school that was pregnant, but it was others. Like I said, it was other schools like in my campus, so it was other pregnant girls too. So like and then we all was in there. All you gotta do, we don't really do nothing. They just have a like walk around, like do yoga stuff like that, just so like we can still get points for gym class. Just because we practice, we still gotta do school. And like I said, my friends they was there for me. Um, all my friends was there for me. They supported me. Came to my baby shower. My mom was always my biggest support system, and to this day, she's still my biggest support system. And my mom used to get so mad when people talked about me, like, you letting your daughter, why you just didn't let her get the abortion, and X, Y, and Z, and how you gonna let her be pregnant or let some nigga, because my daughter's father was living with us. Even though he knew that my son was not his, he still treated my son like it was his. So my daughter's father moved in with me and my mom to help me take him to daycare, and so I could go to school on time, because at the time he wasn't in school. He finished high school, so he like, yo, you pregnant, but we gonna finish this, like. And we finished. I finished high school on time with my friends, and that was the end of it, for real, because I was working, do what I had to do. I was working at the Bronx Zoo part time, so like days where I didn't have to go to school, because I had certain classes. So days that I didn't have to go to school, I was working. So I was still making a little bit of money after I had my son. My son is now 10 and my daughter's 6. I'm gonna post pictures of them too. And yeah, those are my lifelines. Like, I'm in the Navy. It's a little hard. I'm gonna talk about that in another video, being like a mom in the Navy, because my kids are not used to it. They used to always be with me. If they're not with me, they're with my mom. But me in the Navy, I move a lot, so it's hard for them to kind of adjust. But if you have any other questions, just let me know. I'm 26, like I said now, but I was 15 and pregnant, so I've been there, done that. And one thing I could say, don't let no one make fun of you. Like, at the end of the day, if you feel like you did something wrong, then, whatever, stuff happens. But don't let people, like, put that in your head, like, wow, why are you keeping a baby, da-da-da-da. Like, it's none of their business. It's not their life. And then don't make it seem like, don't let people make it seem like, you ruining your life, because it's not. Because my son, if I didn't have my son, I probably would never finish high school, to be honest with you, because I was at the point, like, I hated school. Like, I did what I had to do, but my son motivated me more. Like, you can't be 16 and pregnant and then, 15. I was 15. I had my son at 16. You can't be 15 and pregnant and don't have no high school diploma, no nothing. At least get a high school diploma, GED, period. That's it. All that college stuff, I still, to this day, I did not never go to college, because it's not me. Like, I really didn't like school. So you could still have a life and don't have a college degree, because right now I'm probably making more money than half of the people that I know went to college, and doing better than half of the people I know went to college. So all I'm saying, don't let people talk about you, because my mom, to this day, my mother be like, what, Shaisha, all my friends and used to talk about you, but you're doing better than half of them. And I'm like, Ma, that motivated me, because nobody gonna tell me and sit here and say, I ruined my life because I had my son at 16. My son, no, so what? How you gonna tell me? How you gonna sit there and tell me that? That motivated me. So let that be a motivation. And I'm not saying you have to keep your kid. Everybody's opinion is different. You could keep your kid. Adoption, you have adoption. Have abortion if you really feel like you don't want the kid, but don't wait too late, because I waited too late. But I'm actually happy I didn't go with that route, because I feel like I would have been, not where I'm at today. So, if y'all have any other questions about me being in the military, because I'm married, but I'm currently single. I'm going through a divorce. So, if you have any questions about joining the military, being a Navy mom, the steps to do to get into the Navy, I can also answer those questions because it was not an easy process for me. Yeah, if you have any other questions, just let me know. Like, subscribe, add me on Instagram, and that's pretty much it.
Wait, sit over with the belly. Good face. I'll get it. Don't practice. Don't what? 7 months. What? Ow! Ow! Ow!